If you've seen Colin White grin from ear to ear, it's magical. It's absolutely infectious. And I think if anybody can be that happy with my sister and can make her that happy in return, then they deserve each other for the rest of their lives.
Casey, for 10 years I've known you're amazing. Intelligent, funny, caring, kind. Those words falter to represent how amazing you truly are. Today I can only use my words to exemplify my love for you, but for the rest of my days I will surround you with love and affection to prove these words true. I promise to always be by your side through the challenges of your inspiring work and whatever else we may face. I will always be there to support you, like you have for me so many times. I promise to be kind and unselfish, to wake up early with Theo and make you coffee, to try to make you laugh after a long day, and to look for new ways to make your day easier and brighter. I vow to be your best friend, to be true and loyal, because there is no one who can erase my fears and troubles and light up my day like you do. And today, you've taken away my greatest fear, being without you. If you live... If you live for 100 more years, I hope I live for 100 minus 1 day, so I never have to live another day without you. You bring me uncontainable joy and happiness, and today I vow to spend the rest of my life to try to give you that same gift. From a 4th grade crush to high school dances, 4 years at Michigan State, a difficult stint of long distance, and now navigating adulthood, there's no one else I would want to take this journey with. I'm truly the luckiest person to have loved you and to get to love you forever. You are my heart, my life, my one and only thought. I love you.
Today is such a bigger day than the biggest and best celebration with all of our favorite people. Today's the day that we become a family, the day that people start referring to us as the Whites. I think the craziest part of this whole day is that we always pictured ourselves standing up here together. Unfortunately, you never got to meet my grandma Walter. She was the most amazing person, and everyone that knows her that's here will tell you that. I remember giving her a picture of you and I just after we started dating. The first thing she said, of course, was how handsome you are. Next, she asked me, does he treat you right? Well, at the time, I had no idea that saying yes would hold true 10 years later, and even more so now. She would have loved you just like I do. Colin, you are the most selfless, giving, kind, funny person I know. I can't imagine getting married to anyone better. I wouldn't change our relationship for anything, and I'm the luckiest girl to be marrying you. I can't wait to build a family with you, and I hope that our kids have your joy for life, your sense of humor, and a little bit less of my stubbornness. With that, I vow to always stick together, play on the same team, and love you endlessly forever.
That's right. You may now kiss each other.
A lot of you may know Casey and Colin go way back. 4th grade at Cornell Elementary. Casey was cute. She still is. Shy and very studious, with an infectious giggle. Colin was chatty, goofy and dramatic, and seldom without a smile. Opposites in some ways, but completely compatible in other ways. It turns out, years later, he was studious too. Like all parents, we wondered what path Casey would take. Maybe she would be a teacher. I come from a family of teachers, a lot of teachers in the family.
Teachers are good, right?
Maybe a professional soccer player. Maybe. We went to games.
We did.
The rain.
A lot of soccer games.
Oh yeah, those little kid soccer games. Maybe a coffee barista making jappuccinos, as she once called them. Or maybe she'd be a doctor.
Who knew?
Once the official dating began in high school, Colin fit right in. He makes everyone around him feel like they've known him forever. He's a true gentleman, and he'll do anything for her. We know that he is her person.
These two are smart, ambitious, thoughtful, loyal, and generous. They live, they love, and they laugh full speed all the time. They are truly good people, and we can't be prouder and more excited for what's to come. It is time. Please join us. Raise a glass, say a prayer, and wish Casey and Colin the best forever together.
People always ask Colin and I, what's it like being a twin? I never really had a good answer to that question. In my head, I usually said, I don't know, what's it like to not be a twin? It's all we ever knew. But that's not a very good answer. So, in thinking about what I wanted to say tonight, I reflected a lot on our relationship together. We can't read each other's thoughts, and we can't feel each other's pain, but we do understand each other well. There have been times where I felt like I couldn't explain my feelings, but Colin somehow could for me. There's some sort of bond between us where we can sense how the other person is feeling. I think that bond comes from the amount of time we've spent together. We slept in the same room, shared all of our toys, and we're always on the same team at recess. We're basically together all the time. We always knew that as we got older, we would spend less time together and eventually create our own separate lives. But I don't think either one of us knew how that would happen and what it would be like. By high school, we were still spending most of our time together, but we had different classes and were developing different interests. It's around this time where Colin really started to become interested in Casey. As time moved on, Colin spent more time with Casey. In a way, it was the beginning of us splitting up, but we were still together a lot. Sometimes I thought it was weird for Casey having me around them so often. But she was always very respectful of the relationship that Colin and I had. Sometimes I wasn't sure if I was the third wheel or if Casey was the third wheel. Casey would sometimes come over for dinner, and when she arrived, I would always see Colin's eyes light up. He was so happy and excited to see her. And you could see it in Casey's big smile, too. In their 10 years together, Colin and Casey have been through a lot. I don't know if they expected to be together all through college, or how they managed to have a long-distance relationship for a couple of years. Things like that can end a lot of relationships. But through all that time, whenever I saw Casey and Colin, his eyes still lit up at her and she always smiled back. So standing here today, I can still see that when I look at you guys. I can see and feel Colin's happiness being with Casey. It's like that total love they had for each other is still just as strong as ever. And that tells me that you guys will have a long, loving relationship, and I look forward to seeing how it grows. Thank you.
Casey and I go way back to our Chippewa middle school days. I was desperate to make new friends, and Casey so graciously was willing to befriend a weird, slightly hyper girl from a different elementary school. I'd like to think we became friends because of my charm, but the truth is, I really didn't give her a choice in the matter. It's rare to see a love like Colin and Casey's. I always think of love like a puzzle because it's all about finding your matching piece, that person that you just fit with. And I think anyone who has seen Colin and Casey together can see they are each other's matching puzzle pieces. They have the perfect blend of similarities and differences and bring out the best in one another. Today is a really, really special day because in my entire friendship with Casey, I've witnessed her prioritize everyone else's happiness. But today, we get to honor and celebrate her and Colin's happiness. We get to honor Casey, the person who will do just about anything for anyone. The person who's inspired me my entire life with her selflessness, her kindness, and her drive. Casey, you've been there for me through thick and thin, whether it be the small things like letting me copy your math homework, or the large things like being my support system when my family moved out of state. There is no one that deserves a lifetime of happiness more than you, and I'm confident that both you and Colin will find that together. So, cheers to the happy couple. I cannot wait to live in your basement someday. We love you all both so much, and we're so excited to watch you grow together.
So, we'd like to raise a glass to our grandparents, to you, our friends and family, our parents, groomsmen, bridesmaids. Thank you, everybody. Cheers. L'chaim.